Hello, Aries. If you're hearing these words today, trust that it isn't a coincidence. The universe never sends a signal without meaning, and Baba Vanga, the seer who saw far beyond time itself, is whispering a special message to you right now. There are numbers that aren't just for testing luck. They are vibrational codes woven to open new doors in your life. Let your heart listen, because these numbers aren't simply numbers, they are lessons. They are beams of light illuminating the path you're about to walk. And now, this journey begins with the very first number 01. In the stillness of early morning, when the very first light of the day brushes against lashes still heavy with dew, I want to invite you to sit down, let your soul rest, and listen, as if the universe itself were whispering a secret in your ear. This is not just a radio program. It's a spiritual journey, a stream of ancient energy finding its way back to your heart. And today, together, we open a new door with the mysterious presence of Baba Vanga, the blind woman who could see farther than 1,000 eyes. She left behind not only prophecies that shook the world, but also vibrational codes for each soul, each sign of the zodiac. Aries, you, the one who carries the flame of beginnings, it is no accident that your ears hear these words today. In the flow of the universe, there is no coincidence, only divine timing. Baba Vanga once said, "Numbers are not just marks on a page. They are seeds of energy planted in the human soul. They carry frequencies, vibrations, messages that help us open a new gate to prosperity, a gate that opens only when you are truly ready." People remember Baba Vanga for the prophecies that echoed through history, but what few recall is that she also left messages for each sign. And for Aries, she left behind numbers like sacred keys, not for greed or money alone, but so you could learn how to turn luck into strength, action into the living current of life, and your very existence into proof that true prosperity is not measured by possessions, but by the light you radiate into the world. So, Aries, as you sit here listening, I want you to imagine yourself standing on a mountain, the wind rushing past each peak, the sun slowly rising like a golden torch. That image is the very essence of your soul, pioneering, powerful, always ahead. The universe wants you to know, these numbers are not just a chance to change your fortune. They are a light to help you see deeper into who you are, so that each step you take becomes a revelation, not just for you, but for those who walk after you. If you are here hearing this, pause for a moment and ask yourself, why me? Why now, at this exact moment, did I press play and hear these words? The answer is clear. Your energy called this message to you. And Baba Vanga, from beyond the veil of time, is sending you a gift, lucky numbers, like shining stones laid out along the path you are about to walk. But before we go further, I want you to do something simple yet powerful. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, write in the comments, "I am Aries and I open the doors to my abundance." In doing this, you're not just typing words. You are imprinting your energy onto the universe. You are declaring to yourself and to the unseen, "I am ready. I open my heart to receive." Aries, you already know numbers can bring financial gain. But today, I want you to see deeper. Numbers are mirrors of the soul lessons the universe sends so you can grow, so you can become resilient, so you can learn to love yourself and those whose paths cross with yours. The numbers Baba Vanga left for you are not about money alone. They remind you that real abundance is living in fullness of faith, fullness of courage, and fullness of love that you can share. So as we prepare to move forward, take the mindset of a traveler on the spiritual path. Do not rush toward outcomes. Walk to experience, walk to grow. You will see each number is a chapter a lesson, and each lesson a step in the evolution of your soul. And now, let me take you to the very first number, the number that opens this journey for you, number 01. Imagine the moment when the sun begins to rise, that first ray of golden light falling across the mountain peak, just like the number 01. A symbol of beginnings and action, preparing to light the path you are about to walk. In this moment, as you listen to these words, close your eyes and imagine a sunrise over a vast desert. The sky stretches like an endless canvas, and the earth is still untouched, not a single footprint. Then the sun begins to rise, and the first light bursts open, golden, warm, and fierce. That is the energy of number 01. It carries the very first heartbeat of the universe, the spark that begins every journey. For Aries, the flame of the pioneer, number 01 is not just a starting point. It is the first breath, the first step, the first glance forward. Number 01 is you. It is the calling that stirs inside your chest whenever you stand at the threshold of something new. How many times in your life have you felt that stirring? An idea flashing in your mind, an opportunity opening before your eyes, a dream that felt distant, yet your heart pounded with certainty. And yet, like so many others, you may have hesitated. You let fear, calculations, or the voices of others hold you still. Aries, number 01 reminds you that prosperity, luck, and even life itself truly begin the moment you dare to move. No one can take that step for you, and no one else can feel the joy, the rush, the triumph that comes when you finally begin. Think back to your very first moments, the first time you learned to walk, to speak, to try something you had never done before. In those moments, you didn't overthink, you didn't calculate, you simply acted. And that single act opened the door to an entire life. Number 01 carries the same lesson. Begin even if it's small, even if it's imperfect, because beginnings are the doors to infinite paths. Aries, you were not born to wait. You were born to light the path no one has walked before. Each time you start something new, you ignite a torch not just for yourself, but for everyone who comes after you. Others see your courage, and in that they find their own strength to begin. That is the ripple effect of action. Number 01 teaches us that no beginning is perfect. Beginnings are awkward, uncertain, yet inside that awkwardness is the seed of growth. If you wait for perfection, you will never begin. But when you take a step with an open heart, the universe will meet you, sending allies, opportunities, and winds at your back to lift you higher. So ask yourself now, what in your life is urging you forward but you've been delaying? A project left unfinished, a conversation you need to start, a decision your heart already knows but your lips haven't spoken. Aries, number 01 whispers the time is now. Write it down, speak it, act on it, and I invite you to share it in the comments. What are you holding back from that your heart is urging you to begin today? When you write it, you're not just leaving words on a screen. You're carving a promise into your own soul, a marker on the path you're about to take. In Buddhism, there is a beautiful teaching. Every beginning is a chance to plant a new seed. When you act with kindness, with courage, with trust, then good fruit will come sooner or later. Number 01 reminds us that action doesn't just create results, it transforms you. And that transformation is the real treasure. Aries, see your life as a book, and today you are turning to a brand new page. The paper is still blank, untouched. What will you write on it? Let number 01 shine its light. Let your pioneer fire lead the way. Don't fear mistakes. Don't fear the stumbles, because it is those imperfect lines that make a story worth telling. And just like a flame newly lit in the dark after this first spark, challenges will arrive to test you, to forge you stronger. That is when number 18 steps into your journey. Imagine yourself standing on a winding mountain road. Ahead of you, a steep cliff. Behind you, footprints fading into the red dust. Above, the afternoon sun glows bright, yet it's sinking lower, leaving behind one last blazing streak of light. In that moment, you must decide: climb higher, embrace the challenge, or turn back to take the easier path. That is the symbol of number 18. The number born from the boldness of 1 and the abundance of 8. But abundance never arrives through the smooth road. It only reveals itself when you face the test and walk through it. Aries, you were born under the fire of a warrior. You did not come into this life to avoid hardship. You came to learn how to rise above it. Every scar on your skin, every wound etched in your heart, none of it was meant to weaken you. They were meant to awaken the true strength inside. Number 18 enters your path as a reminder. Challenges are not punishments. They are gifts the universe sends to forge your wings. Think back to a time when you faced the impossible. A loss, a failure, a door slamming shut right when you placed all your hope upon it. In those nights you may have cried. You may have sat in silence asking, "Why me?" But looking back now, wasn't it that very storm that shaped you into someone stronger, wiser, more unshakable? It opened a path you never would have seen otherwise. That is the energy of 18 turning pain into power, trial into opportunity. In spiritual tradition, 1 is courage to begin, and 8 is the infinite flow of abundance. Together, 18 teaches this. Only when you step onto the rugged path, only when you climb, do you touch the endless current of prosperity. If you turn back, you'll remain in shadow. But if you press forward, you'll see that the light has always been waiting just beyond the mountain. Aries, let me whisper this to you. Every challenge is not here to break you, but to awaken you. Don't fear the storm, because it is in the storm that you discover just how strong your heart truly is. You are the first sign of the zodiac, the pathfinder, and sometimes that means you must go first. You must take the hits so that your resilience can shine as a beacon for those who follow. If right now you are in the middle of a trial, take a deep breath. Remember, you are not here to collapse. You are here to rise, to learn, to grow. And one day, you will tell this story to someone else who needs hope, and you will be the light for them, just as you are receiving light from Vanga today. I invite you to pause and reflect. What challenge has made you stronger, and how did you overcome it? Share that story. Because when you do, you don't just recall a memory, you plant a seed of healing for the community. Aries, number 18 is not here to scare you. It is here to remind you that the universe never sends you more than you can endure. Each hardship is a mountain to climb. And when you reach the summit, the view will blaze brighter than the fear ever did at the start. And as you stand at the peak, the wind rushes past carrying the whisper of intuition. A reminder that sometimes the greatest courage is not in the action you take outwardly, but in listening to the quiet voice within. And that is where the energy of number 27 begins to appear. Imagine yourself walking alone through a forest at dusk. The path is dim. Patches of fading light spill down through the trees, and the wind stirs the leaves, making the air feel both still and mysterious. You carry no map and no guide ahead of you. Yet deep in your chest, there's a gentle calling, a pulse urging you to turn down a narrow path. It isn't logic. It isn't reason. It's the quiet voice of your heart. And when you follow it, you suddenly discover a flower blooming in the dark or a hidden clearing where the sky opens wide and radiant. That moment, that trust, is the essence of number 27, the union of connection in 2 and spiritual wisdom in 7. Aries, you are known as a warrior, one who charges forward with strength, willpower, and determination. But the universe reminds you, a true warrior is not guided only by muscle or grit. A true warrior knows how to listen to the whispers within. That inner compass, your intuition, is a silent wisdom always present, always ready to shine when reason is still clouded. Think back to a time when logic told you to take the safe route, but your heart whispered, try the other way. And when you dared to trust it, the door of opportunity opened like a miracle. Maybe it was the moment you accepted a job no one believed in, or when you trusted a relationship that seemed uncertain, or even the simple choice to step outside one particular day and meet the very person who changed your life forever. That is the power of number 27. It gives you sight beyond sight. It guides you toward the path your eyes cannot yet see, but your soul already knows is true. In today's fast, restless world, we rely on reason, on measuring, comparing, calculating. But 27 whispers to Aries, reason may lead you to what makes sense, but only intuition will lead you to what is true. Your heart knows the answer long before your mind can explain it. When you trust your intuition, you are not walking in darkness. You are walking in the quiet light of your own soul. Aries, let your heart guide even the smallest choices. Trust the rhythm in your chest when you hesitate. That is the signal the universe sends you. Don't dismiss intuition as a passing feeling. It is the oldest language your soul has ever known, a language you carried before you even stepped into this life. When you listen to it, you are listening to your own spirit. Pause with me now and ask yourself, do you trust your intuition? Remember a moment when you followed it and it opened a door you never expected. Maybe it led you to love, to work, or simply to the peace your soul was longing for. Share that story, because when you speak it, you affirm your own trust and you light a fire of inspiration for other Aries searching for their inner voice. In the wisdom of growth, intuition is the bridge between humanity and the universe. It is what allows you not just to live, but to live with direction, with faith, with connection to something greater than yourself. And for Aries, number 27 is a reminder that true strength doesn't only come from bold action. It also comes from the quiet courage of placing your hand on your heart and trusting that you already know the way. And just like finding a hidden path in the shadowed forest when the light of intuition breaks open before you, and that light joins with the courage to change, you step into the explosive, transformative energy of number 45. Close your eyes and picture a summer storm. The sky is clear and blue, then suddenly, dark clouds gather, thunder roars, and rain pours down in torrents. The storm sweeps away the dust, the fallen leaves, the things that had sat unchanged for too long. And then as the storm passes, the sky turns crystal clear again. Each leaf sparkles with droplets of water. The earth breathes a sweet, fresh scent as if everything has been born anew. That is the image of number 45. The foundation of 4 combined with the transformation of 5, coming together to teach you, Aries, the power of change. Aries, you carry a fire that always urges you forward. Yet sometimes you find yourself bound by old habits, old thoughts, relationships, or jobs that have grown too small for your soul. Number 45 arrives as a reminder there is no prosperity without change. Change is not loss. Change is rebirth. It is like a snake shedding its skin to keep growing. It is like a seed breaking through its hard shell so the sprout can reach the light. Think back on your own life, the moments when, if you had not changed, you would still be standing in the same place. Maybe it was when you walked away from a job that no longer nourished your spirit. Maybe it was when you bravely ended a relationship that no longer brought peace. Those decisions hurt at first, but didn't they open wider, brighter roads ahead? That is the force of 45, a transformation both fierce and filled with grace. Aries, you were not born to stand still. You were born to erupt, to ignite. If your heart is whispering that it is time to change, trust that voice. Delay only prolongs the unease, but action brings a new dawn. Do not fear when everything around you begins to shake, because the universe is moving with you. And sometimes the change you fear most is the very doorway to the joy you've been longing for. Life's wisdom says this: a river cannot keep the same shape forever. The water must flow, or it grows stagnant. So it is with the soul. When you dare to change, you stay alive, clear, and free. Number 45 reminds you, let the river inside you flow, let the fire in you rise, let yourself evolve into the version you were always meant to become. Ask yourself right now, what in your life is calling you to change? Don't avoid the question. Write it down. Share it. When you give it voice, you are no longer alone with the decision. You plant a seed and the universe will hear. Aries, you are stronger than you know. Change does not arrive to destroy you. It comes to free you. See number 45 as a cleansing rain, a fresh wind, a hidden hand pulling you out of the dark room into the sunlit square. You deserve freedom. You deserve abundance. You deserve the bright new beginnings that life is offering you. And just as the storm clears to reveal stillness and peace to move forward with strength, you will need an invisible shield, a source of protection around your growth. And that is the message of number 103. Imagine standing in a quiet garden at dawn. Dew still clings to the leaves, and the first rays of sunlight fall like golden arrows through the stillness. In your hands rests a tiny seed, fragile at first glance, yet you know, if you plant it, if you care for it day after day, it will grow into a mighty tree, unshaken by the storm. That is the energy of number 103. The beginning of 1, the infinite potential of 0, and the expansion of 3, a reminder that true prosperity is not only about what you achieve, but about how you protect it, how you nurture it. Aries, you are the sign of fire, of movement, of relentless steps forward. But let me whisper this to you. A flame cannot keep burning without shelter from the harsh winds. Number 103 teaches you that after the blaze, you need stability. After the first spark, you must learn how to preserve what matters. True wealth is not measured by how much you hold in your hands, but by how deeply you can protect what's in your heart. You've seen it before: someone who rises quickly only to fall just as fast. Why? Because they lacked a foundation. They lacked values that could endure. Number 103 appears so that you do not repeat that mistake. It reminds you that sustainability is built on integrity, on inner peace, on gratitude. When you live in alignment with your values, your success becomes a light that is uniquely yours, a light that no jealousy, no comparison can ever extinguish. Aries, you don't need to compare yourself with anyone. Your success is your own flame, a torch no storm of life can put out. In a world that pressures us to run faster, climb higher, possess more, number 103 comes as a shield. It protects you from the exhaustion of endless competition and brings you back to the only question that matters: what is truly important to me? When you answer that, you see clearly, prosperity isn't about showing off. It's the peace of knowing you already have enough and you're walking your true path. Right now, I want you to write this down. I protect my abundance with peace and integrity. These words are more than letters on a page. They are an invisible shield, a wall of light the universe builds around you to keep your blessings safe, to make sure what is good in your life endures. And remember this: sustainable growth is not only for you. When you stand firm, when you keep the fire in your heart steady, you become an anchor for others, for family, for friends, for your community. You are like the great tree. Your shade shelters those around you, your roots hold steady in the earth, your branches reach toward the sky. And in that steadiness, you prove that a warrior is not only one who acts, but one who protects, who nurtures. Aries, trust this: your success is not about speed. It is about strength that lasts. You don't need to outpace anyone. All you need is to be more rooted today than you were yesterday. That is the path of 103, the path of protection, of sustainable growth, of a soul that knows how to guard its own light. And just as a seed, once rooted, begins to rise tall and spread its branches, this is the moment you are entrusted with something even more sacred: the master code Baba Vanga left for you in this very time, number 512. Imagine yourself standing at the crossroads of 3 paths. One path leads back to the past, filled with memories, lessons, and scars that once shaped you. Another stretches into the future, glowing with promise, yet still uncertain and undefined. And right beneath your feet lies the path of the present, where you must choose to step forward with trust. In that very moment, number 512 appears like a guiding lantern, carrying the energy of transformation through 5, the pioneering force of 1, and the harmony of 2. This isn't just a number. It is a master code, a sacred message Baba Vanga left for Aries in this exact season of your life. Aries, you are used to fighting, to charging forward and taking what you desire. But 512 arrives to remind you, true miracles are not always found in outer victories. They are often born within, when you dare to act with a heart full of trust, and when you allow yourself to be carried by the timely support of the universe. It's that moment when you do your part with sincerity, and then life arranges the rest. Have you ever experienced something that seemed random but ended up changing your entire life? Meeting the right person at the right time, receiving a call that opened a new door, or facing an unexpected turn that forced you to change, only to realize later it was all aligned. That wasn't chance. That was 512 at work, the weaving together of your effort and the unseen hand of the universe. Look back at your own journey, Aries. Every time you thought you had fallen, you rose again. Every time loneliness weighed heavy, someone showed up right when you needed them. Every time a door slammed shut, another quietly opened. 512 is here to tell you, you are never walking this path alone. You are the warrior of destiny, and the universe always sends you the right allies right on time. On a deeper level, 512 teaches this. Miracles do not simply fall from the sky without you. You must step forward. You must act. You must trust. The universe extends its hand only when you are willing to take it. And when your energy and the universe's energy flow together, that is when the extraordinary happens. Aries, I want you to say this out loud right now. I am Aries and I claim my miracle. When you speak these words, you awaken the current of miracles inside your own heart. You open a doorway that you may never have dared to enter before. This is the declaration of a pioneer soul, of someone who believes they are worthy of the very best life can offer. Remember, miracles aren't always loud, dramatic, or earth-shaking. Sometimes a miracle is simply the quiet peace that settles over you after a long storm. Sometimes it's the soft joy of waking up in the morning and realizing you still have one more day to love, to breathe, to live true. And sometimes the miracle is the recognition that you have changed, you've grown, you've endured, and now you can smile at the path behind you. 512 is your master code right now. It carries the power of transformation, the courage to pioneer, and the balance to keep you not only moving far, but moving right. It whispers that it's time to trust yourself more deeply so the universe can take care of the rest. And as the winds grow quiet after a long journey, this is the moment to pause, to hear the rhythm of your own heartbeat, to receive gratitude and a blessing from my heart to yours. Before we close this journey in the wholeness of the final chapter, thank you, Aries, for staying with me until the very end of this journey. I know that in the rush of everyday life, giving yourself the time to listen all the way here is no small thing. Not everyone has the patience to sit still, to let their heart open, to let their soul be watered by messages that come from the deeper layers of the universe. Your presence here speaks volumes. It shows that you are not only curious about lucky numbers, you are truly ready to step into a new chapter of your life. A chapter not just about money or outer success, but about inner growth, about a sense of fullness in your spirit and in your heart. Aries, remember, this journey does not end here. The numbers Baba Vanga gave you are like candles already lit. That light now rests in your hands. Where you carry it, what you illuminate, who you pass the flame to, all of that is your choice. What matters is not just which numbers you've heard, but how you will let them transform you, awaken your courage, and lead you into action. If you've made it to this final moment, you've already proven something to yourself. You are ready to open, ready to step beyond old limits, ready to become a freer, brighter version of who you are. That, more than anything else, is the greatest miracle the universe offers you. And before we close this journey, let me leave you with a heartfelt blessing from my own heart to yours. May you always keep the pioneering flame alive inside you. May you have the courage to begin, the steadiness to go all the way, and the love to share your abundance with the world.